Hello, beautiful friends. It's Tracy from Country Charm by Tracy. Thanks so much for joining in the video today. I'm excited to be participating in the Mystery Box Challenge for this round. For the Mystery Box Challenge, now a lot of our viewers do love this, and so Courtney with Creative on the Cheap is the founder, and so she gets a group of YouTubers together every few months just to participate in a Mystery Box Challenge, and so that's basically what it is. You get a box of mystery supplies, and so then you have to make some crafts with it. So guys, there is some criteria of what we need to do, and this month's host is Christina from Christina Elizabeth here on YouTube, and so it's always fun to collaborate with Christina because she makes some really fun things. So guys, I'll put the criteria of what we needed to do on the screen. That's what we needed to send for that is what is in my box, and so then I needed to send a box as well. My box went over to Melanie with Simply Made Pretty. I'm sure she's going to make something very pretty. And my box came from Kelly Barlow Creations. Gosh, I absolutely love these ladies, and so it's going to be fun to see what is in there. So the criteria is we needed to send these things for our theme. This round is gingerbread and candy cane lane. How fun is that? And so I'm excited to open my box with you. Look how cute this is. Kelly just really went all out and made my box just absolutely outstanding. I always wonder when the Postal Service or UPS or whatever delivers a box, they're like, do they even pay attention to that? Or they're like, oh, that's really cute. Must be a crafter. Anyway, let's open this box and see what Kelly sent me. Kelly, you did such a fantastic job. I don't even want to cut into this and see what is in here. Oh, she has everything nice. Okay, let's see. This says challenge number 1. This is a challenge item. So that's the thing. We have some criteria that we need to send, and then also we have some challenge items. So this is a little extra because why not? Little pom-poms. All right. So this is the item number 7. Let me organize these. Okay, so I have them organized so I can put them in order. Anyway, the first item is a sender's choice. So we have some candy canes. Item 2 is also a sender's choice. It looks like some lights that have snowflakes. Item 3 is also a sender's choice. She sent me some fun felt gingerbread men. And then item 4 is the wood item. So I have a gingerbread house. Item 5 is fabric. So we have some fabric. It looks like some snowflakes, some gold and silver snowflakes. Item 7 is the cooking utensils. So I have some fun cooking utensils here. Item 8 is the stems / floral pick. So I have a fun tree to work with. Thanks, Kelly. Oops, I skipped 6. Anyway, 6 is scrapbook paper or let's see, cardstock or paper. So she sent me this fun paper, several sheets of that. Thank you. Then she sent me a little bonus, some little pom-poms, some big fluffy white pom-poms, perfect for the season. She also sent me a little treat, a little something extra. These are our favorite, Kelly. Thank you so much. And then we're going to open up the challenge items. So I need to create as many things as I can with those items. You're a great shopper, Kelly. And then I had the challenge items, and then there's also a twist. You don't want to miss out on what that is. Okay, so the challenges for this round, this mystery box round, is something from the recycle bin. So let me see what Kelly sent me. Oh, look at here. Looks like one of those drink carriers. So super cute. Challenge item number 2 is the sender's choice. I don't know. Let me see what's in here. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. All right. We got some little power clips that have the little cute little dog, cat, and bear. I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're all cats. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, there's that. And then the twist for this round is we must use Chanel stems, pipe cleaners in each of the projects. So that's going to be a challenge. So I'm going to put my thinking cap on and let's get into crafting. This is my felt gingerbread garland using the pack of gingerbread that were in my mystery box. Now, these are little kits that have the actual like little embellishments on there that you can like glue onto the little felt gingerbread, but I'm not going to use those. I'm going to be adding some paint. And so I just use my little paintbrush just to add some cheeks, and then my vintage photo distress ink in my finger dauber just to add a little bit of shading around my gingerbreads just to bring them out a little bit more. Then my paintbrush just to add some eyes, as well as all of the cute little icing at the top, as well as some eyelashes and just little embellishments to the cheeks, and just put the whites in the eyes and all of that good stuff. For the icing for the, for the arms and the legs, I just had some cream colored rickrack that I had on hand. So I just cut that down and just glued it to my little gingerbread men. Now, for the pipe cleaners or the chenille stems that we need to use for the twist in this round of the mystery box, I have some red and white kind of looking candy cane pipe cleaners or chenille stems. So I roll those up kind of to look like peppermints, and those are going to be the buttons for my little gingerbread guys here. So I just painted on the faces that made look a little bit different, kind of like a little different expression. And they look really cute at the end when I string them all together. I also used the greenery on this project. I cut off pieces of those just to add as the when I'm going to string my gingerbread men together to make my garland, and just using my little cutters here just to cut those off. And then I just glued it to the back, and just kind of holds very well together. And then for the fabric, I use some of that snowflake fabric, as well as some red and white gingham check fabric, with a cord, kind of coordinating with my little country projects here. And so I just tied on kind of like little strips of that just to add the cuteness that I like for my projects. Next project is using the wooden spoons. Now, these spoons were very, very nice. I hated to use them for this craft, but I needed to. So, just to get a little bit of the shine off, I just took my little sander and just sand a bit of that and just wiped it off with a baby wipe. Then I just took my antique wax by Waverly and just went over each one of them just to give it a little bit of a rustic look. Then taking my vintage photo distress ink and my finger dauber, I just went around each of them just to give it a little bit of darkness and the rustic look that I like for my country projects. So I have this tin can on hand, and I think I probably picked it up at a yard sale or something. So I just went looking in my stash just to see what I had that would coordinate. And so I'm going to use the rest of the tree in this project. And since this can needed a little bit of height for those spoons, I'm going to go ahead and just take some of that tissue paper that was in my box, just to put in the bottom, just to give it a little bit of filler down there there at the bottom. And then for the tree, I just took strips of that snowflake fabric and just ripped off strips of that and just tied it on some of the branches. I also added some of that red and cream colored gingham fabric, just cutting it off and just tying it there on the branches just to have this whole project tie in just with this sweet little gingerbread candy cane theme that we have going on here. To decorate the spoons a tad, I took some pine greenery and one of those chenille stems, bent it into a candy cane shape. I just tied a bit of that fabric on there, and we're calling that a day. I just stuffed the can with the spoons and the pine tree, as well as I stuck in some cinnamon sticks that I had on hand. Guys, I've had these cinnamon sticks for quite a while, and so of course they're not smell anymore. But anyway, I just was going for the visual look of the cinnamon sticks, and I just made a cute little tag for the side of the can, and I absolutely love how this project turned out. So I have the wood gingerbread house here from the Dollar Tree. Took off the strings and all that good stuff. So I pulled out my antique wax. Now this is the Waverly wax that I get over at Walmart. And I just have a baby wipe and I'm just going over the entire thing, just giving it a little bit of stain. In some of the places I couldn't get in with the baby wipe. So I just took my paintbrush and just went over it with that. And just then the baby wipe, I just kind of wiped off a little bit of the excess of the paper. So then I do this because I want a little bit of rustic darkness underneath the paint. And so that's why I do that for that first layer. And then also it adds a little bit of glow for the insides of my window panes or my little windows there. And so then I'm just taking a brown color of paint, and this is sable brown, and so that is going to be the color of my outside of my gingerbread house. Then for the window frames, I'm actually taking light cinnamon. Now, I did get a little inspiration for my little gingerbread house from Pinterest, so I'll put my inspiration link in the description box below because I do appreciate friends sharing their different ideas on Pinterest, because sometimes if we're just needing a little bit of inspiration, we always turn to Pinterest, or I do, and I do appreciate so many creators sharing their ideas, and so I do want to give credit for that. So then I'll just continue to paint up my little gingerbread house here, just with all of the cute little colors that I like. And then the twist for this round of the mystery box is that we needed to add some pipe cleaners or chenille stems, and so I'll be adding that to the end of my house here once I get it finished. For the snow, I'm just using just paint, white paint, as well as some Dixie Belle texture additive called Sea Spray. I just have a little plastic bowl here. I'm just mixing that up and just kind of getting the consistency that I want. And I was struggling with it. I don't know what I was thinking. I had a large stick and I needed to get a thinner one because I always put this on with a thinner stick. And so I don't know why I was not realizing. I don't know. I was just I was struggling this day when I was doing this. So anyway, use a thinner stick if you want to put on this textured snow like this because you can maneuver it a little bit better. We have to add some sparkle to our gingerbread house, so I have some glitter. Then also I add some diamond dust, and one of the tips that I found is to put it in a salt shaker or sugar shaker rather, and that comes out a little bit. I can control it a little bit better. So then, just for a little extra rustic touches, I add some Kills Dark Wax just with my brush here, just kind of spreading that around to get the look that I want. Then here I have the chenille stems or the pipe cleaners. I had these from Hobby Lobby, and so I'm just going to add these around the rims or trims of the house to give me the pipe cleaners that I needed to use for the twist for this DIY mystery box. This is my challenge item, the recycled trash to treasure, this drink carrier. Now, guys, I'm going to make this kind of look like an old rusty, crusty muffin tin pan. And so I'm just taking some brown paint and then I just put on some Mod Podge, sprinkle on some cinnamon, let that dry, kind of put a few layers of that on there. I didn't stress about it too much, but I let that dry for a few days and then I have a faux old rusty and crusty tin pan. And then we're going to be I got a little bit of inspiration from Pinterest. I'll have my credit linked in the description box below, just kind of what I was going for. And so I'm going to show you how I made the little gingerbread faces. All right, so I took some of the cardstock that was in my box, and so I just took couldn't find the size circle I wanted, so I pulled out this punch cup and then I just cut faces out, or just some circles out, and then I painted those just with some brown paint and then just put some cute little faces on it and just little details with the little looks like little icing, as well as the cute little eyes and nose, and I'll just give them a few different little kind of styles of mouths and stuff like that. And so just to add the pillow part, I took some of that tissue paper that was in my box and just added a little bit of that, just glued those shut, and then those become my little gingy pillows. Here we are with the rusty crusty and a little dusty, a little muffin tin pan, little faux tin pan. I also have my little faces ready to go, guys. This is definitely a decor project on a budget. Now, the tree, I'm just going to be snipping off a few of those stems there at the bottom. That is going to be some of the greenery that I'm going to be decorating my faux tin muffin pan with. Uh, the drink carrier, trash to treasure. We're turning it into this cute little muffin tin. And so I pulled out some greenery and berries and different things that I had on hand and then just kind of stuck that in there. Then, guys, I am adding in some cinnamon sticks. Now, some of these cinnamon sticks I broke in half just to add a little bit of the, actually, they kind of still smelled. No telling how long I've had these cinnamon sticks. Then for the chenille stems, I took those pipe cleaners and just cut them in half and then bent them into the candy cane shape. Just stuck those in there, and this just looks absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to display it in my home this Christmas season. I thought those lights would look really cute in this faux muffin tin pan, so I added those snowflake lights to my faux muffin gingy tin pan here. For the little clips, I took the brown one, which was the little dog on the back, and so flipped it over and then just sanded off a little bit of the shine so that I could paint on a cute little gingerbread face. Since this had a little shine on it, I wanted to take some of that off so that I could get my paint to stick on there. Painted a cute little gingerbread face, and then I just hand lettered gingerbread kisses and candy cane wishes, and then that is going to be the sign for my rusty, dusty, crusty muffin gingy pan decor piece. This is definitely one that I really like, and my probably my favorite one that I created in this series. This is the little tinsel candy canes. Now, I took off the tinsel around the frame, so then I'm left with the little plastic frame. So I had some of this cotton remnant of that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, had it in my stash. So I just tore off pieces of that and then just wrapped it around the candy cane. It was a little tricky to kind of get around those curved edges, but I just went ahead and glued it in place. And then just to add the red part of the candy cane, I'm just going to be using some red and cream colored gingham check fabric and just, I just tore off strips of that and then just glue that to the candy cane. And this candy cane turned out so cute the way that it is. But to kick it up a notch, now I have these Canadian pine stems. They come in a package and they're almost like chenille stems. And so I just took one of them and just bent it into a bow. And then I'm just going to glue that there to the center of my candy canes. And then I added some mini jingle bells. Now, I got this garland from Hobby Lobby several years ago, had it in my stash. Unfortunately, I did look up the like on the website, they don't no longer have it, but sometimes they have things in the store that they don't have online. Anyway, so I just added a little bit of those added a little bit of floral wire in the natural craft color of that, and just added some of those jingle bells there on the end. And my little candy cane is so sweet, and it's just portable where I can set it anywhere I want in my home this holiday season. And friends, I just want to give you a big virtual hug, a big, just big virtual hug, because I read all of your comments and I am just floored by your support of me and my channel. And, you know, losing my husband so unexpectedly in the summer of 2025 was not on my bingo card for 2025. I can tell you that. He wasn't sick. It was the Widowmaker heart attack. And so he wasn't anything, you know, there was nothing that I missed, you know, and so the Lord has just really given me the strength to continue to go on. And I know that He would not want me to sit at home, and my husband would not want me to sit at home and just feel sorry for myself, because that's not the type of man he was. And so I know that he has been promoted to heaven, to another assignment, and he has seen the face of Jesus. And so that brings me comfort. But I just want to give you a big virtual hug, because I read every single one of your comments. It's just me. And so I do appreciate all the love and support. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a blessed day. Don't forget, there is the playlist at the end of the video that will share all of the videos. It'll go into the order that Courtney has them. And so you don't want to miss out. All right. We'll see you next time. Have a blessed day. God bless you. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.